Welcome, folks. Justin Lee alongside Zach Durham inside the Agua Caliente Casino's booth upstairs today for another great Wednesday morning. It's the Grizzly versus the Chill here today. We got the starting man on the mound for the Grizzly. That's Juan Castellanos as the first ball is sent out flying to center field for the catch. So already one away here quickly in this young little game here this morning and day. How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing good. Sun is out. Ball is being played as we should have a good one today as the Chill 1-3-1 on the year taking on the Grizzly, who are 5-1, an impressive record to start the PSCL season.
I think many people thought the Grizzly weren't going to be at least where they are right now, but they have proven themselves as a pretty fit team for where they're at right now. So here's Morgan Tran coming up to bat. Previously was Jake Tyler, who flew out to center field just now.
Yeah, first pitch swinging, very aggressive approach to start this ball game for the Chill.
Here's the first delivery that is grounded towards the second baseman. Tosses over to first. And quick. Oh, he's safe and off the bag. The first baseman dropped the ball as he was making the pick there. And we got the first runner of the day for the Chill. Morgan Tran's on board. That was Horatio Baltazar who fumbled the throw by the second baseman, Aiden Jackson.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the first baseman. Looked like it was going to be 2 pitches and 2 outs to get this ball game started, but now we got a runner on first.
So here's Luke Santarius, the extra hitter today. Steps in and watches ball 1.
Left-handed bat, hitting in the 3-hole.
Stealing it over to second is Morgan Tran. Did they get him off the initial gut go? They try to go again, but he's still safe with his foot getting inside the bag.
Yeah, Tran's lucky there. He didn't slide into second on that stolen base attempt and overran the bag tag just a little bit late as he scrambled back onto the bag.
Almost lost his balance over there and tried to do some circus magic. 2-0 count still to Luke Santarius, still now 3-0. Two, 3-0 on the way. That's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, now Castellanos, the pitcher for the Grizzly, like I said, he could have had 2 outs. Defense made an error, so now he's got a guy in scoring position with 1 out. He's going to have to work himself out of this.
Morgan Tran at second. Here's the next delivery. That's outside for ball 4. 2 men on base now for the Chill early in the top of the first inning, still scoreless.
Okay, but now he's got the force out at third, second, and first, as he can give his defense another chance to roll a double play ball.
Juan Castellanos, this is his second game start. Already faced 15 different batters. Now has faced up to 18 so far. This is number 19 on his young season. Already has a win in his pocket with 3 innings pitched. Another solid start guy for the Grizzly. Right now 1-0 count here to Cruz Lopez, the shortstop for the Chill today.
Yeah, this is a guy that's been fun to watch, both with the bat in his hand and defensively, and on the base path. Real 5-tool player. He's hitting 500 with a 583 on base.
This is a man that just knows how to get hits, especially in that cleanup spot, but he goes after the next pitch and he swings and misses for strike 1, 1-1 count to Cruz Lopez with 2 men already at first and second, and a scoreless game here between the Chill and the Grizzlies today. Delivers on the outside corner, but misses low and away for ball 2.
Yeah, and the Chill are a very quick team. Expect to see them very active on the base pass, trying to put some pressure on the pitcher and the defense, especially early in this ballgame. 2 guys on with 1 out. Here in the first inning, I expect them to use their speed as an advantage.
That one is fouled off to the backside. That's trailing out of play and over into the stands here at Palm Springs Stadium. Sun is still reaching over in the east, just above our heads here at the ballpark. It's still a nice looking day here at Palm Springs Stadium, where the Power actually got a big win last night against the Santa Claus Victory. This one's popped up in the air on the next get-go. Coming in as a left fielder, he makes the catch there for the second out of the inning. That is Dominic DiCarlo out in left field to make the catch. So 2 away and 2 men still at first and second. Morgan Tran at second, Luke Santeri's at first, and 2 men away. And still what is a scoreless game in the top of the first.
Yeah, nice pitch, able to get a fly ball and have his left fielder track it down. So now he gets that second out of the inning, trying to escape this first inning roadblock with a couple of guys on.
That one's in the dirt, over to third base. Try to sweep it, but he's safe in there. That's Morgan Tran with another stolen bag, and right behind him was Luke Santerias for the double steal. So 2 men in scoring position now for the Chill here with 2 away.
Yeah, like I said, expect the Chill to use their speed to their advantage. Double steal gets 2 guys in scoring position now with a couple of outs.
There's a 1-0 delivery. That one is popped up in the air towards the center field side. Should be an easy one. And it is caught by the center fielder in Hayden Orrell to end the top of the first. Scoreless. The Chill leave 2 men on base. We're off to the bottom to see the Grizzlies' first batting appearance here on the PSCL YouTube channel.
It's a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Bottom of the first inning we go between the Chill and the Grizzlies here on the PSCL YouTube channel. Justin Lee and Zachary Durham on the call today here on this morning at 9 o'clock a.m. Game start time right around where it should start. And first man up to bat today is Jake Tyler for Dominic DiCarlo for the Grizzly, and Jack Zimmerman right behind him, and Horatio Baltazar from the first base position here for the Grizzly, trying to tack on some runs here. There's a first delivery that's in the dirt and low for ball 1.
Yeah, and it's Andrew Pinedo on the mound, left-handed pitcher. Likes to go by Bear Pinedo. He's going to give you a 4-seam and a 2-seam, along with a curveball, slider, and changeup. So a good pitch mix, change of speed, change of eye levels. Expect to see that from him.
Here's the next delivery. That one is grounded to the second baseman. Took a weird hop, but good recovery over to first for the out. So one away here in Dominic DiCarlo. A quick start here for Pinedo up on the mound.
And right away, Cruz Lopez tested over there at short. That one hop didn't take the largest hop, but it forced the defender to stay on his toes, able to field it cleanly and fire a strike over to first for the first out.
So this is Jack Zimmerman, the right fielder, who steps in. Lefty hitter. Goes after the first pitch, but it's grounded and foul just in front of the Chill dugout. Pinedo hasn't seen a whole lot of time this season, but when he has, he's been able to at least lock in and do what he can. This is his first appearance here for the Chill this season. He spent a little time with the power as well. The next pitch is grounded and picked up on another weird hopper and on to first for the out there, the second baseman making a play. That was Jake Tyler to Braden Pick for the second out. So 2 outs already quickly here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, and very different styles to the pitching. In the top of the first, we saw Castellanos get 3 fly ball outs. This time here in the bottom of the first, it's Pinedo who gets a couple of ground ball outs. So different approaches for these pitchers on the mound.
Here's Horatio Baltazar watching strike 1. That was right at the bottom part of the strike zone. And right now, Pinedo just threw that one at 87 miles per hour.
He's working quickly. That was only his 5th pitch of the game. He's already had 0-1 with 2 outs on the 3-hole hitter.
Delivers again, and big swing and a miss by Horatio Baltazar for strike 2. So Pinedo's got the Grizzly already within the first 3 batters on edge here. 2 out and away quickly. 0-2 count. Pinedo delivers. And that one was a little inside that time as it went in the dirt. Makes it a 1-2 count. Still a scoreless game here between the Chill and the Grizzly. The Grizzly were threatening in the top of the first inning with a fielding error on the inside by the pitcher who tried to glove a little scoop and was unable to make the play there. And then a walk by Luke Santarius. Had 1 man at first and second before a double steal moved into scoring position. But with 2 outs, Lopez flew out to end the inning. So still scoreless here. Here's the 1-2 count. And that is taken a piece off by Horatio Baltazar to keep it a 1-2 count.
Yeah, tough pitch to foul off, especially in a lefty-lefty matchup. That pitch on the inside, and just unable to get his hands out in front and pull that ball. It just kind of jammed him and squirted away behind the dish.
One more time, we'll go with the 1-2 count. Pinedo delivers and got him to swing on a pitch in the ground, but it's a drop 3 as they throw over to first, off the bag, and steps on it to make the catch and play for the 3rd out. So we're through 1, still scoreless between the Chill and the Grizzly. We'll be back here on the PSEL YouTube channel in just a few.
Somewhere down there is you. And just like us, you're an amazing Palm Springs vacation home. I bet we have a lot in common. Elevated, yet down to earth. A place to soak it up, sip it down, and make a splash. A place where staying in is even better than going out. Not just a place for visiting. A place for living in the moment. That moment when vacation dreams become reality. You're one of Palm Springs' best kept secrets. Let's show you off. Because you're so much more than just a home. You're a destination. You're an adventure. You're an idyllic escape. You're a happy place.
replaced or repaired? Then go to me. We do it all. Repairs, retrofits, and more. Overhead Door has been the best in resident commercial doors. Open whether you need a stylish new garage, a more energy efficient business, or a better room for your industrial application. If you don't
Back here on the PSEO YouTube channel, Justin Lee and Zachary Durham on the call here on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Chill and the Grizzlies still facing off each other. Scoreless game through one. And Kyle Frazier will be the man to lead off here for the Chill. On the first pitch is a ball on the outside edge.
Yeah, both pitchers just going right after the hitters. As Castellanos ran into a little bit of trouble in the top of the first to start off the ball game, but able to work out of it.
That one's popped up and fouled off the back net. 1-1 count. One is upstairs on the next pitch. 69 miles per hour, but he missed it upstairs with a early release point. It's Castellanos.
Yeah, just let that one fly a little bit too soon.
Goes after it again, outside edge, but he doesn't get the call. Off the plate for a 3-1 count here to Kyle Frazier.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful here, as he doesn't want to give him a pitch over the middle in a 3-1 count.
Frazier's only had 2 hits this year, a single and a triple. And he pops this one up in the air. It's in the infield and trailing on the right side. The first baseman comes over to make the catch as he leaned over. Baltazar gets the first out.
That was a bit dangerous right there. Very close to drifting away from the first baseman, Baltazar, over there, but he's able to stay with it and come up with the grab.
So here's Lamont Buford, who comes up to bat here. A pretty good season so far. 1 RBI knocked in, and 2 doubles, a single, hitting .429 so far this year. See if he can try to get on board with 1 man away here. Still a scoreless game through 1. Castellanos delivers, and he goes after the first pitch. Popped up in the air on the right field side. Going back is Zimmerman, and he's going to catch that one just at the warning track. That one was trailing towards that right field side very far, but it stays within the ballpark for the second out.
Wow, what a loud out off the bat of Lamont Buford. That one just kept carrying and carrying towards right field, dying at the warning track as Zimmerman's able to come up with the second out.
The ball is traveling a lot more today, and especially with the way that the heat bears on those baseballs. A lot of those balls will travel a lot more. That one's in there for strike 1 here to Braden Pick. If you missed it with Zach and I on the call a few days ago, we witnessed almost, was it 3 home runs or something like that?
There was that one off the bat of KJ Moon for the power game. That was last Saturday night. And then there was a couple in that the Blue Sox game.
One is in the dirt for ball 2. It's a 2-1 count here to Braden Pick. He was a first baseman today. We were talking about this. A nifty name for a first baseman to have your last name as Pick. And he gets after that one on a 2-1 count. It's going over the head of the left fielder. It will get to the wall. And turning around and going to second is Braden Pick. He's got himself a 2-out double here in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, well, Braden picked a good time to smash that ball into the gap with 2 outs. Now he's in scoring position with a chance for Cody Fretz to drive him in.
That one was 92 miles per hour off the bat, exit velo. Exit angle at 20 degrees. It was a good piece of hitting by Braden Pick. So he's on board at second base now and 2 men away. Next man up will be Cody Fretz. Here's a first delivery by Castellanos as he tosses it in the dirt for ball 1.
A couple of hard hit balls to the corner outfield positions. First off of the bat of Buford, he pulled it to right field. Zimmerman able to make that grab. This time it's Pick who pulls it to the left side, but too much on it for DeCarlo to be on the end of it.
Off the end of the bat, grounded to second base. He scoops it up. Good turnaround with the hips onto first for the 3rd out. Good play on the second base side there by by Jackson to end the inning. And another man left for the Chill here in the top of the second. So it remains a scoreless game through 1.5.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
So we're through 1.5 here on the PSCO YouTube channel. My name is Justin Lee alongside Zachary Durham here on this another wonderful Wednesday. As the game is still scoreless through 1.5, Pinedo back up on the mound, and the first pitch swinging and missing would be Aiden Jackson in the cleanup spot today.
Yeah, Jackson, as you just said, in the cleanup spot. He's had a good season offensively so far. 312 batting average, 389 OBP, and a 500 slug.
That one's upstairs and outside for ball one. It's a 1-1 count here to Mr. Jackson. Here's the next delivery on the way. And it's another big swing and a miss. And so far, Pinedo has really gone ahead of a lot of these Grizzly batters so far. He only threw 9 pitches in the first inning. And here he's already got with a 1-2 count on Aiden Jackson. He delivers again here. Almost got him to pull around. Umpire appeal says no, he did not. So 2-2 count for Aiden Jackson, who's evened it up.
Yeah, good job from Jackson holding up on that swing path. That fastball was away from him, so he gets to see another pitch.
And that one's also upstairs, close to the strike zone, but is upstairs and out for ball 3 as Aiden Jackson again tried a check swing.
Pretty similar spot from Pinedo. Let's see if he tries to change it up.
First full count batter today.
Long pause on the mound from Pinedo.
And he got him to swing. Kind of threw off his timing there. And it's a swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Andrew Pinedo already.
Yeah, that's exactly why you have that long pause. You come set and you just wait and wait and wait. The hitter's thinking, oh, man, he's going to lift his leg any second now. And you just completely have him guessing. That's why he was late on that fastball.
So one already away here, and Pinedo is picking off just where he did in the bottom of the first inning, forcing 2 ground balls, a strikeout, and a strikeout to start off this half inning. Here's the first pitch. That one's upstairs and outside for Zach Lewis, the shortstop today for the Grizzly. Zach Lewis has had himself a pretty good season too. 429, 6 hits, 5 of them singles, and one of those being a triple. As that one is outside again, and check swing by Zach Lewis. He doesn't go around again.
Yeah, you can see where Pinedo is living with that fastball. Two right-handed hitters, it's on that outer edge near the left-handed batter's box, and that's where he wants to live if he's going to have success with that fastball.
2-0 count here. Lost it on the release as it goes outside for ball 3. So a lot more balls this time being thrown by Pinedo in this half inning so far than he did in the bottom of the first inning, where he threw basically more strikes than balls. He only threw 2 pitches that were balls. Here's the next delivery, and that one got the outside edge this time. They're trying to keep it within reach here with a 3-1 count against Zach Lewis. Grizzly trying to continue a very good season and a good start for them this year. Here's the next delivery, and that one is missing outside for ball 4. So that's a walk for the Grizzly. They actually get their first runner on base today.
Yeah, that wasn't too far off the plate, but as we said, that here in this inning, he's been struggling to find that outer half. He's had a few balls up and away to the righties, and the umpire not giving him the call there.
So here is Hayden Orrell with a man on first. Still a scoreless game between the Grizzly and the Chill through 1.5. That one's in there for strike 1. And again, like you talked about, really aiming for that outside corner edge of the strike zone. Trying to paint it down that line and keep the Grizzly batters away from getting a chance to piece one here. There's the 0-1 pitch on the way, and it's in the dirt.
Yeah, that first pitch was right at the knees in that outer half of the zone where he's trying to live. Second one tried to go same spot but misses low. So he's gone back-to-back fastballs to start this at-bat to Hayden Orrell.
That one is pieced over to the second baseman. He bobbles it and chooses to go to first with the play, and they get the runner there. So the lead man moves over, and Zach Lewis. So he goes to second, so this will likely be essentially like a fielder's choice with the 4-3 put away.
That'll bring up Isaac Benavidez, the third baseman for the Grizzly.
So 2 away here, 1 on a strikeout, 1 on a grounder, and a man in scoring position. First pitch inside, got him to swing on the off-speed 76 miles per hour pitch.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a changeup or a breaking ball, but it broke in towards the back foot of Benavidez, towards his right foot. Good off-speed to get ahead in the count.
Not an ideal matchup here with the lefty pitcher and the right-handed hitter, as Pinedo checks over at second with Zach Lewis still keeping close by at second base. First man in scoring position here for the Grizzly. That would be the first run of the game if he can come around, but with 2 outs here and a 0-1 count, Isaac Benavidez will try to get on. He goes after a high upstairs pitch, and he fouls it off.
Now Pinedo's 0-2 with 2 outs. He's got a couple of strikeouts already with the fastball. This feels like a spot where he would attack the hitter, even though there's a guy in scoring position with 2 outs.
Here's the 0-2, and that one misses just outside for ball 1 of this count.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Tried to go backdoor slider, just broke not soon enough. It had really late break, but just not enough to catch the zone.
Pinedo comes around again. 1-2 count on the way, and that one is still outside. Just slightly missing that release point a little bit here in the bottom of the second inning. Got a piece of it and fouled it off to the first base side and out of play again to keep the at-bat alive. Still remains a 2-2 count here for Isaac Benavidez.
Couple of nice approaches here in this at-bat. He was down 0-2. Count's now even, and he just fouled off a really tough pitch.
2-2 count. That one misses outside low corner on the off-speed 73 miles per hour. So another full count for another batter here for the Grizzly.
Yeah, he tried to spin another one on the outer half. Once again, does not get the call.
Pinedo turns up. Got him to foul one off again. Pinedo, local kid from way out here in Indio, California, 6 foot, 215 pounds. From La Quinta High School, just down the 10 freeway here in the valley. Went to Hope International first, then transferred to Concordia Irvine before ending up here. And with a full count here on Isaac Benavides, here's a delivery. He goes it and sends it in fair play, but it will stay under for the catch out in right field for Frazier to make the play. So this time the Grizzly are able to get one man out, but he stays on second, and he's left behind again. Still a scoreless game through 2. We'll be back here on the PSCL YouTube channel.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Hey, Coachella Valley, Patrick Summers here, General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Spring is here and summer is right behind it. Don't get caught with a broken air conditioning system. Call us now. Let us get a tune-up done. We're offering a special for $79. It comes with a seasonal guarantee. Call our team today. Get yourself scheduled before the heat hits. Be proactive, not reactive. Go ahead and book at callthegeneral.com or call our offices and we'll get you taken care of.
So back here on the PSCL YouTube channel, we're through 2. It's still a scoreless game here. Justin Lee and Zachary Durham on the call. And Castellanos still up on the bump. And the first pitch is in for ball 1 here to Stahl.
Castellanos out there for his 3rd inning of work. Leaves that one out.
Loosens one and throws it to the backstop here. This has been a pretty quiet game so far between these two teams. The only big hit coming from Braden Pick back in the top of the 2nd inning where he knocked a double out to that left field side and over the head of the left fielder. It's a 3-0 count here to Stahl, who's stepping in the box here. And he watches the next one for strike 1.
Yeah, 10-1-2 for the Chill here in the 3rd. Not every day that we get to see a 10 hitter, but that's what we see in the PSCL.
And he watches the next one for ball 4. So he's on board with a walk leadoff. Another man here for the Chill on board. They've threatened a few times already, but they've had 3 runners on the bases and haven't been able to score any of them yet. There's only been 1 hit in the game thus far. You know, and lineup is flipped for the Chill here, so Jake Tyler will step in again. And he tries to go after the first pitch that was way in the dirt for strike 1.
Really good pitch right there to get ahead in the count. Especially after you walk a guy. I'm sure the hitter's thinking you're going to throw a fastball over the plate, and he gets him out in front.
And he goes after another pitch, this time on the outside corner and way outside. So he's right now, Jake Tyler, a bit aggressive on the bat here.
Yeah, it looks like he's working these hitters backwards 2nd time through the lineup. Obviously, this is the leadoff hitter, so we'll see if this trend continues.
They try a pickoff attempt at first base. The ball gets away and goes to the bullpen on the right field side. And easily getting to second and stopping in his tracks is Harry Stahl.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for the pitcher.
And the ball goes out of play as well, so Stahl gets another base as handed out by the umpire, so he's at third now. So leadoff walk for Harry Stahl, and then a bad throw from the pitcher to make a back pickoff attempt, and the ball rolled here on the ground, caught off by the third baseman, throws to first to get the out there, but Stahl is able to score easily to make it a 1-0 ball game here for the Chill to start off in the top of the third inning. Now Jake Tyler gets the job done, getting the run in, but another mistake for the Grizzly, with the pickoff attempt getting way behind and into the bullpen on the right field side, with Harry Stahl going to second and then getting an extra bag called by the umpire. Popped up in the air on a bunt attempt and backed and out of play for Morgan Tran here.
Yeah, just an unfortunate way to give up the first run of the game after giving up a leadoff walk, and then you're head 0-2 to the next guy. And then a back pick gets away. He goes from first to third and then comes in to score on a ground ball.
Tran pops it up to left field and running over and making the overhead catch. Nice play by the shortstop, Lewis, to get the second out. That was not an easy play, especially with the sun on the right field side where he has to kind of track that ball down. 2 away.
Yeah, a lot of ground to cover over there for the shortstop position. Ends up making that grab near the line just beyond the dirt where the third base is playing. So 2 away here in the top of the third.
First pitch in there for strike one here to Lucas Santerias, who walked and stole a base. It's already a 1-0 ball game for the Chill through 2.5. And that one sent the other way just beyond the glove of Lewis at the shortstop position. It goes into the outfield for the second hit of the game for the Chill.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there from Santerias. Doesn't try to do too much. Takes that pitch on the outer half and just pieces it into left field. Softly hit line drive over the head of the shortstop for a 2-out base runner.
The 2-out single for Luke Santerias brings up Cruz Lopez, who flew out in his first at-bat. And the Chill slowly starting to get a little bit more activated and out of their icy shell to drive in the first few runs in this inning. The leadoff walk drawn by Harry Stahl, and then a 5-3 ground out by Jake Tyler forced the run to come in to score. And right now 1-0 count here to Cruz Lopez with the man at first. Next pitch is outside corner low for ball 2. 2-0 count here to Cruz Lopez. That one is delivered in the strike zone this time. Just right on the outside edge for a beautiful paint job for strike one.
Yeah, that looked like a 2-0 curveball on the outer corner of the zone to the left-handed hitter. That is not what you want to be swinging at in a hitter's count.
2-1 count, just beyond the glove of the pitcher, but a flip from second to shortstop ends the inning between Jackson and Lewis. But the Chill are able to knock in the first runs of the game. It's a 1-0 ball game here as we're off to the bottom of the third here on the PSCL YouTube channel.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Through 2.5 here on the PSL YouTube channel. Justin Lee and Zachary Durham on the call here at Palm Springs Stadium. The Chill and the Grizzly facing off of each other. The Chill were able to score the first run of the game back in the top of the third inning. Here in the bottom of the third, another inning of work for Pinedo as he faces off against Seth Vo, Ryan Sierras, and Noah Hargrove. First pitch in there for strike one on the outside edge.
Yeah, using the off speed to get ahead of the hitter here when it's been a lot of fastballs from the lefty so far.
But a couple mistakes so far for the Grizzly defense that allowed that run to pretty much come through as Pinedo sits and delivers, and that pitch is upstairs for ball one. A 1-1 count here for Seth Vo.
Bottom of the lineup for the Grizzly. It's a very deep lineup. See if they can get a rally going.
Delivered, and he was way behind on the swing for strike two. Seth Vo has already had 2 hits this season. He's seen a lot of at-bats, but not a lot of success so far. He's hitting 182 through 5 games. Trying to knock one here in the leadoff spot here in the bottom of the third. In a 1-0 ball game with the Chill on top, and that ball is upstairs and outside for ball 2.
Yeah, this is a Grizzly team that is averaging more than 9 runs per ball game, so the fact that we're into the bottom of the third and they've yet to score their first run of the game, it's a little surprising to me. Expect them to get the bats going.
2-2 popped up and out of play.
They're coached by Kobe Wall, who just has a good approach to the game of baseball. Doesn't try to overcoach his guys too much. That's what manager Casey Dill says, what he does with the power, and I think that approach is a very good one to have with young men like this.
And he pops another one to the back net for another foul ball to keep this at-bat still alive here against Pinedo. There was a situation yesterday in the Padres and Dodgers game with Will Smith knocking almost 12 foul balls before knocking a home run to left center field. We'll see if Vo can do that here in this situation, but against Pinedo, it's a tough matchup, and he swings and misses on a late off-speed 72 miles per hour pitch for strike 3.
Good movement from Pinedo there on that breaking ball. He's been sitting around 72 with that breaking ball, but perfectly located at the knees, outer half of the zone, gets the right-handed hitter to swing and miss.
That's the third strikeout for Pinedo today through 2 1/3 as he faces off against the catcher Ryan Sierras. And the first delivery is outside for ball 1. Sierra hasn't had a whole lot of success yet so far either. He's hitting 286, but hasn't seen a whole lot of appearances. He's only played in 2 games and has had 2 hits. So trying to get on board here for his team. Here's the next delivery, and that one is outside as well for ball 2. Kind of missing on the outside edge with that fastball. And if you're somebody who's been hanging out with us personally, you understand that next guy up for the Grizzly is one of the more liked characters in the PSCL, as that pitch is upstairs and outside for ball 3. So Ryan Sierras has got a batter's pitch count here against Pinedo and a chance to get on base here. He would be the second man for the Grizzly to get on base if he can here. Pinedo trying to hold him off. And he gets the first strike call, the at-bat on the outside corner. 1-0 still. Chill able to knock the first runs in off of a back pick error from the pitcher before ending up heading home on a ground ball play, as that one is tipped into the glove for strike 2. So 3-2 count. Pinedo has worked his way back against Ryan Sierras here.
They started off speed, and then that one, 86, top of the zone, just blew it right past him. 3-2 expected again.
And he got him on the outside edge.
That one was 87, so he just continuing to bring the heat to the bottom of this Grizzly lineup.
Back-to-back strikeouts, both swinging and missing here for the Grizzly. That's his 4th strikeout of the day, and Noah Hargrove will step in. He's got an uncanny style to him. Loves to wear lime green. His entire gear setup is lime green. His helmet right now, lime green.
He's got an aesthetic.
He does have an aesthetic. It's a certain aura that not a lot of people can match, especially here in the PSCL. And he's going with a...
Is that a Kevin Youkilis?
Kevin Youkilis, yes. What in the world is he? He's got his hands on the midway through the bat. He pulls it back down, and it's a ball outside. And like we said, this is a character that a lot of people tend to like here in the PSCL because he's got such a uncanny behavior to him.
He's just one of those personalities that people gravitate towards. He's a guy who loves baseball, and people want to be around guys like that.
That's a baseball aura right there. 2-0 count, and that one's in the strike zone. That was right there at the bottom part at 85 miles per hour for a 2-1 count here against Hargrove.
Yeah, that one painted right at the knees. I thought it was going to be an excellent take from Hargrove. Instead, the count's now 2-1.
Pinedo delivers, and he had an awkward swing on the 2-1 pitch, and he misses on the outside corner. It's a 2-2 count here for Noah Hargrove, who has also seen a little bit of time pitching as well for the Grizzlies, so he might be in the reserve spot today. And he swings and misses on the outside pitch, strike 3. So Pinedo takes the entire side and strikes out the side here for the Chill, as 3 in a row here in number 5 for Pinedo. Still 1-0 the Chill on top through 3 now. We'll be back here on the PSL YouTube channel in just a few. So we're through 3 innings here, and the Chill still on top, 1-0. If you're joining us, Justin Lee and Zachary Durham. Still not a hit yet for the Grizzly, but 2 so far for the Chill, as they've been able to get on base a handful of times. And strike 1 here to Christopher Lopez.
Good breaking ball from Castellanos to start off this at-bat.
Here's the next delivery from Christopher Lopez. That's in there for strike 2 as he watches it go by at 68 miles per hour. And Christopher Lopez has one of the more, I'm not sure if it's a unique jersey, but I think he has his sleeves tucked in because you can see his undershirt sticking out of it. And it's very like reminiscent of like those I think that's your favorite jerseys, right, Zach? The sleeveless tank top.
You know,
type jerseys.
there's controversy within the broadcast team that the sleeveless jersey has a place in today's game of baseball. Some of us would agree, some of us not so much. But I think it's a good look. He's not the only one on the chill who've got the sleeves rolled up. I believe Cruz Lopez does as well. I can see a player over there, not in full uniform, but he's rocking that look. So must be a team decision to pull out that look when they feel like it.
I think it looks nice with the black jersey and the white jersey on top of it. 2-2 count here for Christopher Lopez. Here's the next delivery, and he sends it flying to left field pretty well. And turning around and unable to make the play in left field is DeCarlo as it goes to the Sherman's Deli and Bakery banner out there in left field. So a leadoff double here for Christopher Lopez as he pieces one to left field.
That's the second double we've seen hit over the head of the left fielder. That one getting out there in a hurry. This time it's a leadoff double.
90 miles per hour off the bat, exit velo. And it looked like DeCarlo had a good chance on that ball, but turning around, he wasn't able to get the glove over his head in time to try to make a play on the ball that was trailing to his right side. And that ball getting to the wall for the double here to lead off for Christopher Lopez. First pitch for Kyle Frazier, who's the next man up, is a ball on the outside edge. 1-0 count here with a man at second. And he gets a piece of this one to right field this time. It's up in the air and popped up closer to that infield side, and it's caught with Jackson stepping into the outfield. So one away here for the Grizzly defense. There's still a man at second here.
Yeah, that's a huge out for the Grizzly. After that leadoff double off the bat of Flores, able to get the next guy out within the first two pitches. That is massive.
Here's Lamont Buford, flew out to right field earlier in the game. Watches it for ball one on the first delivery by Castellanos, who's still up there on the mound. He's gone through 3 innings, gave up already 3 hits today. And that one is on the outside edge, missing for ball one, or ball two rather.
And this is a guy, Buford, only 9 plate appearances, but he does have 3 hits. 2 of them for extra bases.
He's got a man in scoring position at second base in Christopher Lopez, as that is watched on the upstairs and in the strike zone at 63 miles per hour for strike one. I mean, not close enough to be considered an eephus pitch, but a pretty good changeup. Castellanos delivers on a curveball that gets the outside corner for strike two, called by the umpire. This one at 67 miles per hour.
Yeah, that one just dove into the bottom corner at the absolute last second, just floated up there until it dropped into the zone.
2-2 on the way as Castellanos turns around and watches Christopher Lopez closely there at second base. Now Lopez already has a stolen base this year. He's trying to look for number 2 there at second base as he hovers over, and a big swing on the outside edge by Lamont Buford as he tries to piece one to the opposite field but is unable to make contact, and he goes down on a strikeout.
Yeah, a lot of off-speed pitches in that at-bat from Castellanos. As second time through the lineup, he is certainly relying on those off-speed and breaking balls to get the chill batters out in front, just like he did with Buford in that at-bat.
First pitch tries the curveball, but it doesn't get within the strike zone. It's in the dirt here to Braden Pick, who knocked a double in his previous at-bat back in the top of the second, but he got stranded after a 4-3 put-out by Cody Fretz, knocked on a ground ball. We'll see if he can do it again here with a man at second, and he watches the second pitch for ball 2. That was actually the first strikeout of the day for Castellanos against Lamont Buford. With 2 men and away here, it's still a 1-0 ball game for the Chill as they're trying to knock in another run, with Christopher Lopez still trailing at second after hitting with a leadoff double. And Pick pops this one up in the air towards the fan side and out of play for Strike one. It's a 2-1 count.
Yeah, he's had that fly ball pitch working for him today, as only 3 ground balls so far that the Grizzly have had to turn. Other than that, it's been a lot of pop flies and fly balls.
That one is delivered on the outside edge. He tried to throw a curveball or change up there, but he misses outside for ball 3. So it's a 3-1 count here to Braden Pick. Right now, Castellanos' velocity is sitting right around the upper 60s to lower mid-70s, using a changeup, curveball, and a fastball right now, and he delivers that one in the dirt. And that was an easy one for Braden Pick to read as he's on board at first base with a walk. So 2 men away here in the top of the first inning as Cody Fretz comes up to bat, man at second, and Lopez and man at first, and Braden Pick after the walk. Chill still on top 1-0 through 3 innings. Cody Fretz is ready to go as he watches that one float in for strike one. That was the slowest pitch I think we've seen today at 65 miles per hour, as Cody Fretz watches it like at a museum exhibition. Next delivery. This one is at the same speed, but he misses low for ball 1.
And Castellanos at the bottom of this Chill lineup, almost his second time, full time around through this lineup.
He delivers. That one got the inside edge for strike 2. That one was at 64 miles per hour.
So as much as he wants to just go up there and pump fastballs by these guys to get out of this inning, they've already had an at-bat against him. They know what his arm slot looks like and what he's throwing at him.
Goes on the outside edge. Misses outside for 69 miles per hour for ball 2. 2-2 count here for Cody Fretz.
Which is why I think he's had to rely on those breaking balls and off-speed pitches more, especially by throwing them over the zone, as the Chill hitters have been patient.
And that one also misses outside. That was a faster velocity at 76 miles per hour for Cody Fretz here with the men at first and second. And the Chill trying to add another run to a 1-0 ball game here in the top of the 4th. But a big swing and a miss on an upstairs pitch at 65 miles an hour settles Cody Fretz to retire the side here. They leave 2 more men on the bases for the Chill. It's still 1-0 here on the PSAL YouTube channel. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 4th.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So we're through 3.5 here in Palm Springs Stadium for the PSEL game between the Grizzly and the Chill. Justin Lee alongside Zachary Durham. 1-0 is the Chill score right now off of 3 hits. And we're at the top of the lineup here for the Grizzly with Dominic DiCarlo and another inning of work for Andrew Pinedo up on the mound. So Grizzly trying to get their first hit of the game. First pitch is inside for ball 1.
Yeah, DiCarlo grounded out to short in his first plate appearance all the way back in the first inning, as the Grizzly offense have had no answers for what Bear Pinedo is asking.
That one is popped up in the air inside the infield and trailing back inside his frets as he sits under, backs up and makes the catch. That one was very close to dropping in the infield, but they are able to corral it for the first out.
Those balls are always so tough to come down with. Popped straight up into the infield, especially for a corner infielder, as you're either drifting towards the bag or towards the pitcher's mound, and just anything can happen when trying to come up with that play, but good job from Frets to stay with it.
That one's in there for strike 1 at 86 miles per hour.
Zimmerman also grounded out in his first plate appearance. Pulling it to the second baseman, did the lefty.
In the dirt this time. So 1-1 count here to Jack Zimmerman trying to get on board. The only runner so far has been off of a walk here for the Grizzly. They've been having some issues trying to get around Andrew Pinedo so far, as he's struck out 5 different batters today. And that last inning was a pretty nice outing for Andrew Pinedo as he struck out swinging 3 different batters. And Jack Zimmerman here in this moment has a 2-1 count with a pitch that went upstairs in front of his face mask. And Pinedo sets up, delivers on the 2-1 count, and that one's in the dirt.
Looks like we got an arm warming up for the Chill. That looks like Aiden Harrison down there. He was up and throwing for a second. Now he's off to the side, still down there on the first base line, but he's paused the warming up for now.
That pitch is way outside for ball 4, so the second runner of the day for the Grizzly here, and that's the second walk handed out by Pinedo.
There's Maximilian Weckel running on down to first. He usually assumes the duties of first base coach for the Grizzly.
I don't know how he's wearing a hoodie top right now in this.
He's always wearing it.
That one sent the opposite way. It's struck down by the third baseman. He has to recover to first base in a long throw, and it's safe. The run getting in there from Horatio Baltazar as he gets there in time.
Yeah, looks like they'll rule that an infield hit. That one softly hit other side of the field. It was going to be a long throw for Frets, and good running over there from Baltazar to beat it out, as they've got first and second now with 1 out.
So they break up the no-hitter for Pinedo with the first infield hit of the day for the Grizzly here, and they have their man at first and second. This is the second time there's a runner in scoring position for the Grizzly throughout this game. And Pinedo delivers first pitch here to Aiden Jackson. It's in the dirt. Yeah, Aiden Jackson's had himself a pretty good season. Knocked in a double, triple, 3 singles, hitting a .312 average in 5 games. He's got a chance of knocking the first 2 runs for the Grizzly here. Next pitch outside for ball 2.
Yeah, good spot for you to enter yourself into this ball game. He struck out in his first at-bat, so he's trying to put the ball in play with a couple of guys on.
Just one away here in a 1-0 ball game with the Chill on top, trying to steal to third, and it should be an easy play as it goes to the outfield. Turning around and going home is Jack Zimmerman. He will get there. They throw it back to second from the left field side, and they can't get him at second base. Horatio Baltazar is there at second, but the Grizzly have scored the first runs of the game on a throwing error from the catcher.
Yeah, a lot going on there. But it's going to be a stolen base, a throwing error, and a tie ball game as Zimmerman comes around to score. Baltazar's now at second with Jackson still up.
So Aiden Jackson didn't need to do too much to get the first runs in. He actually didn't even need to do anything at all. So tie ball game here in the bottom of the fourth inning already after a throwing error by the catcher Tran back there behind the plate. And a big swing and a miss from Aiden Jackson with a man on second. Pinedo sets and delivers. Big swing miss, low and tipped into the glove there. 86 miles per hour. That got the lower part of the strike zone too. For strike three, the sixth strikeout of the day for Pinedo.
Yeah, 86 right at the knees over the plate. He said, I don't care if this is middle. I'm going to blow it right past you. And that's exactly what he did to Aiden Jackson.
So that's the sixth strikeout of the day here for Andrew Pinedo. All strikeouts, swing and a miss for every single batter that he's taken down. And here's the first pitcher to Zach Lewis, who watches it go outside for ball one.
Yeah, he's had that whiff rate high in today's game. He's thrown a couple of breaking balls on the outer half that may or may not could have been called, but
bit of a tight strike zone, 1-0 count. Now one's in the dirt, gets away from Tran as it goes to the backstop, and easily going to third is Horatio Baltazar on a pass ball. And the go-ahead run is now moved from second to third. Baltazar able to get there at that third base bag, and the chill coach will come out to talk to Andrew Pinedo. That run that came in to score was not his fault, so he doesn't get the earned run there, but that throwing error by Tran was one that went way over the head of Fretz at the third base side and went into the outfield. And just an unfortunate series of events that also moved the runner Horatio Baltazar over to second base as the throw came in from the outfield. He barely got in there, by the way. And then he's over at third now after a pass ball by Andrew Pinedo. So with a visit here by the coach for the Chill, he will walk back to the dugout.
yeah, that's Casey Keller over there, the coach for the Chill, older brother of power pitcher Kenny Keller. He came into pitch in the uncommitted game on Monday, had to throw the final inning, and had his stuff working. Good breaking ball, good cutter.
I mean, he could take over Pinedo if he wanted to. 2-0 count, pieced up to left field, very deep towards that wall. They're not going to get to it. It's off the wall at the SBMP attorney sign, and it's in there for an RBI double by Zach Lewis.
Man, we were sitting there wondering if that ball was going to carry out of here. It bounces off the wall. Great defensive play from Stoll out there and left. He barehanded it, one-hopped off the wall to get it in quickly, but it is an RBI double with 2 outs to give the Grizzly the lead here in the fourth.
Grizzly on top now after a handful of hits and an error. 2-1 is the score here through the bottom of the fourth inning, and Pinedo has had his struggles, but he's done so far so good. But the Grizzly getting the first few aggressive hits here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch is in there for ball one to Hayden Oral. And that pitch, that swing off the bat by Zach Lewis was 90 miles per hour off the bat. It was at a good launch angle, but not enough to get out of the park as it bounced off the wall. And this one is sent to the opposite field towards that center field gap, and racing over to make the catch, and the final out is Lamont Buford in center field. So the Grizzly are able to break through finally against Andrew Pinedo, and they score 2 in the bottom of the fourth. They're up on top through 4 innings. We'll be back here on the PSCL YouTube channel in just a few.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for. Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for two or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Welcome back here at Palm Springs Stadium between the Grizzly and the Chill. Thus far through 4 innings, the Grizzly have hopped up on top in the previous half inning with a few hits, an error, and they're up 2-1 here in the top of the 5th inning, and Gabriel Smitherman will take over for Juan Castellanos after he'd gone through 4 innings, and he'll face off against the bottom of the lineup here in Harry Stahl for strike one as he delivers the first pitch. That one was way upstairs and away from the glove of the catcher, and Sierra's for ball 2, or ball 1 rather.
Yeah, Smitherman, small sample size so far in the PSCL pitching. He's only thrown 2.1 innings pitched coming into this appearance, but he's got 3 strikeouts, only 1 hit and 1 walk allowed, and 1 unearned run. So his ERA stays at 0. His opponent batting average is 111 and a .86 whip.
Here's that delivery. Whoa, way upstairs above the head of Harry Stahl. Lost a little bit of control on that release point at 71 miles per hour. So he'll try to hold off against the Chill here after the Grizzlies were able to bounce back up on top for 2-1. It took a single, a walk, and a double to drive in 2 runs for the Grizzly back in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they're up on top 2-1. And the Chill trying to bounce back in front where they took the lead in the first runs of the game in the top of the 3rd. 3-1 count here, and it's upstairs for ball 4. So Harry Stahl watches 5 pitches. He's on board to lead off with a walk of his own, just like he did in his last at-bat.
Yeah, a couple of base on balls for the Chill left fielder, who, if you're just joining us, he made a nice defensive play out there and left on that double off the bat of Lewis, which probably kept him at second base instead of 3rd. It wouldn't have mattered anyways, but a nice barehanded play out there off the wall.
So we'll flip the lineup for Jake Tyler, and the first pitch outside for ball 1. And right behind it would be Morgan Tran and Luke Sartorius.
Yeah, Tyler's 0 for 2, but he does have that RBI fielder's choice on that ground out in the 3rd.
And that one is popped up and fouled off the back net at 83 miles per hour, dotting up that top part of the strike zone.
Yeah, good velo thus far from Smitherman. Just needs to start pumping strikes. You never want to give up a leadoff walk, especially after your team just took the lead.
That one's in the dirt on the next pitch. It's a 2-1 count here. Smitherman sets up and delivers. And it's grounded to shortstop side. Gloves it on the opposite to second. And no throw to first. They get the lead runner. So that will take down Harry Stahl for the first out of the inning. And Jake Tyler's on board with a fielder's choice.
Nice job from the Grizzly middle infield to at least get the lead runner. Lewis able to turn it to Jackson, who doesn't even throw down to Baltazar at first, as Tyler had good wheels. He was able to get there.
So here's Morgan Tran to step in as the first pitch is in for ball 1. He reached on an error back in the top of the first inning. And he's here with a man at first, trying to get the Chill back on top. 2-1 ball game. The Grizzly leading by a single run that they scored 2 back in the bottom of the 4th inning. Right now here in the top of the 5th, the Chill trying to bounce back and try to take the lead against the Grizzly in a tight ball game right now. Delivered upstairs. And a runner going to second. It was a good throw, but not in time.
Bang Bay play over there at second, as it looked like the runner hesitated at first. He had a decent jump, but just couldn't quite accelerate through that takeoff. Good throw from Sierras is in time, but the tag cannot be applied before he slides in there safely at second.
So here's Luke Sartorius, who fouls off the first pitch after Morgan Tran walked in that at bat. So 2 runners at first and second. First out coming off of a fielder's choice earlier in this half inning. Just one away here in a 2-1 ball game for the Grizzlies so far. As Smitherman delivers, and that one is sent to the opposite field and out of play. So far we've seen a pretty big total of extra base hits. Just a pair for the Chill and the one for the Grizzlies, as that one is knocked into the glove but fouled. So Luke Sartorius is still alive in this at-bat.
Yeah, we've had 5 hits in this ball game. 3 of them have been for extra bases.
And it's still a pretty tight game, 2-1 here between the Chill and the Grizzly. Here's the next delivery, and it is grounded softly, and that's going to the right field side as it takes a slow roller to the bullpen out at right field. 1 man will score, 2 will score. That's both Jake Tyler and Morgan Tran. The throw back into home plate. Nobody's able to go get any runners, and it's a 2 RBI double in the corner in right field for Luke Sartorius.
Have a day, Luke Sartorius. A walk, a stolen base in the first, and then a single in the third, and now a 2-run double as the Chill retake the lead.
The Chill now on top 3-2 here in the top of the 5th inning as they scored 2 off the bat of Luke Sartorius.
3rd double of the ball game for the Chill. That's 3 of their 4 hits.
They're knocking in a lot of extra base hits so far in this game, and it's gotten the job done after they gave up the lead back in the bottom of the 4th. And now they're back on top. Here's Cruz Lopez, who has yet to get on base today. He's ready and puts that one single leg up, but fouls it off to the backstop here. Runner at second still with Luke Sartorius after knocking in the go-ahead and the tying run to make it a 3-2 ball game for the Chill. And a big swing and a miss by Cruz Lopez to make it a 1-2 count.
Yeah, it was a pitcher's duel for through the first 3 even, but it was the Chill who got out to a lead after 3 innings. Grizzly responded with 2 in the 4th, and now it's the Chill who respond with 2 of their own here in the top of the 5th.
Lopez with a 1-2 count, low and away for ball 2. Been such a field day so far for Luke Sartorius. Yeah, you mentioned it, that double, that single, and a walk. And now taking the lead for his team with the chill. And that next pitch upstairs and away for ball 3. So 3-2 count here for Cruz Lopez. With Christopher Lopez right behind him in the DH spot, who knocked in a double his previous at-bat. And a full count, grounded down to the first baseman. He'll take it himself to the first base bag to get the second out. And the runner at second base in Luke Sartorius moves over to third on that 3U.
Yeah, nice defensive ability over there from Baltazar. That ball one-hopped him and stays calm and steps on the bag for the second out.
So here's Christopher Lopez. Like we said, knocked in a double over the head of the left fielder, DiCarlo, out there. And it was a pretty well-hit ball at 90 miles per hour off the bat. There's the first pitch to him, and that is trailing back into the strike zone for an 0-1 count. That ball at 72 miles per hour, a bit of an off-speeder. Sartorius still trailing at that third base bag. Here's the next delivery. That one curves around but misses just outside the strike zone for ball 1. 1-1 count here for Christopher Lopez. Trying to get an extra run here for the chill. That one was way in front of the face mask of Christopher Lopez. Makes it a 2-1 count. 3-2 is your score here still between the chill and the Grizzly. The chill just knocked in the go-ahead run earlier off the bat of Luke Sartorius, who's now at third. 6 total hits for both teams and a lot of extra base hits. 3 doubles for the chill so far. And timeout called here by Christopher Lopez.
Yeah, he just needs a little bit more time to think about driving in this extra run. Standing over there at third, 90 feet away from the 4th run of the ball game for the chill.
Big swing and a miss, 86 miles per hour. He really gassed that one up and got it up in the strike zone, a high fastball.
That's the most velo we've seen from Smitherman thus far. Leaving a little bit of gas in the tank to try to get himself out of this inning.
We'll see if he goes with a changeup here on the 2-2 count. He sets and delivers. That one's outside. Try to slider this time. That was an even faster pitch at 87 miles per hour, but it missed the zone for a 3-2 count here to Christopher Lopez.
A lot of full counts in this inning. Smitherman having to work here in the 5th.
He's got to work to earn this inning. Even though he's given up the lead, here's the next delivery, and it is popped towards the press box here and out of play. And Smitherman tried to go with the off-speeder this time at 71 miles per hour. Got the heart of the strike zone, and all Christopher Lopez could do was foul it off. So repeat again, 3-2 count on the way for Lopez, and he keeps the at-bat alive with another foul ball. Smitherman picking up the velocity here. He's reaching between the upper 80s. At last pitch was at 86 miles per hour. The first pitch of this at bat was at 86, and then the slider at 87. Still remains a full count. Pitch number 8 on the way for Christopher Lopez, and he big swing and a miss at 84 miles per hour. Fastball right down the middle, got him strikeout swing. So they leave a man at third base. But the chill have knocked in 2 more runs to take the lead back here in the top of the 5th inning. We're off to the bottom of the 5th to see if the Grizzly can respond and get the lead back here in the PSCL YouTube channel.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Through 4.5. Chill and the Grizzlies playing each other here at Palm Springs Stadium here on the PSEL YouTube channel. And the first pitch is in there for strike one here to Isaac Benavides, leading off again against Andrew Pinedo, who has worked through 4 innings. This will be his 5th here with the Chill on top 3-2. They took the lead back in the previous half inning, and the Grizzly are here to try to see if they can get those runs back and take the lead. Next pitch in there for ball 1. So 1-1 count here for Isaac Benavides.
Yeah, Benavides 4 for 11 so far in the PSCL this year. That's good for a .364 batting average. He's got a couple of doubles, a couple of RBIs, and a couple of runs scored. Also has drawn a couple of walks.
That one is grounded up the middle and running over from the shortstop position and throwing over to first is Lopez to pick for the first out. Good infield defense so far for the Chill here defensively.
Yeah, I don't want to say that's the biggest strength of this ball club, but it seems so far throughout the season that defense has been a big reason why they are able to hang around in close ball games.
And right now this is indeed a close ball game at 3-2 with the Chill still on top. And here is Seth Vogt with one away, and that one's in there for strike one. Right at the top part of the top right corner of the strike zone at 81 miles per hour on that first delivery. Here's the next one for Seth Vogt, and he pieces it to right field and out of play over the grandstand. Vogt's already struck out swinging in his first at bat. He was part of the 3 batters that struck out swinging in the bottom third. And Pinedo has been able to take down 6 different batters, but with 2 runs getting around the bases. One of those not being entirely his fault, a bad throw to the third baseman with a runner stealing back in the previous half for the Chill defensively, forced a run in before he gave up another hit, and that scored another run for the Grizzly. Next pitch outside for ball 2.
Yeah, just never got around on that curveball, left it out in the left-handed batter's box. He's going to have to get on top of it if he wants to spin one in.
This has been a solid outing for Pinedo so far. And with his team now in the lead, he's got a little bit of some extra pressure to keep that lead. As that one is fouled off to the right field side and out of play down that Chill dugout on that 350 wall.
Pinedo, I was just going to say that this is a guy who we haven't seen him this year as he fires the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Gets another K.
That's number 7 for Pinedo. Every single batter that he's faced off and got him to strike out has been on a swing and a miss. So Pinedo getting a good look with some of his pitches so far. That last one at 86 miles per hour on the outside edge. Definitely a slider pitch that he just threw. Or it's more like a cutter, excuse me. Here's the first pitch to Ryan Sierra as the catcher, and it misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Pinedo was here last year with the power. Put up a good 26 innings pitched in his first start here in the PSCL.
Big swing and a miss, 86 miles per hour. Similar pitch that he got Seth Vogt on for a 1-1 count here. And Pinedo's had made a few appearances for the power this year as well, but not a whole lot compared to last year. He's getting some reps here for the PSEL to try to keep him in shape and healthy. As that next pitch is in there for strike two, swing and a miss by Ryan Sierras.
I mean, last summer he faced 124 batters, 144 opponent batting average.
He had himself a good season last year, and he's trying to make his way to being a good relief pitcher for the Power. See if he can try to get some extra reps to at least get him back in the running in that lineup. But the Power pitching so far through the recent few games have been pretty good in the pitching department.
They certainly were last night with Angel Landazuri taking a no-hitter into the 6th inning, I believe.
The next pitch outside for a 2-2 count here to Ryan Sierras. Noah Hargrove's the man on deck, who is having himself some fun in the on-deck circle right now. That looked like it almost got a piece of Ryan Sierras on the next pitch, but it's in the dirt. At 73 miles per hour, it's a full count here to Ryan Sierras. Pinedo's taking his time, sets and delivers. Got him to swing on the outside pitch. Another strikeout for Andrew Pinedo. Make that a total of 8 strikeouts through 5 innings for Andrew Pinedo as he takes down yet another batter. Swing and a miss. So the Chill retain the lead so far through 5 innings after taking it in the top of the 5th. They'll try to add some more runs as we're off to the 6th.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Back here on the PSEL YouTube channel through 5 innings and a tight ball game, 3-2. The Chill still on top as they're trying to add some more runs here against the Grizzly. And the first pitch delivery here, the relief pitcher still, Gabriel Smitherman, after giving up 2 hits on a double by Luke Santarius back in the 5th inning. And the first pitch was in there for strike 1. This next one was floated in there for strike 2. So 0-2 count here for Kyle Frazier, who's leading off here for the Chill.
Yeah, Kyle Frazier trying to duck underneath that breaking ball. He had no idea what was being thrown at him.
Goes with another similar pitch as it's popped up in the air by Frazier, and it's trailing to no man's land, and taking it and making the catch is Zimmerman, trailing from that right field side for the first out.
Yeah, he got 3 straight curveballs there. Watched the first 2, able to put his bat on the ball for the 3rd, but he flies it into right field for the first out.
We've seen Smitherman's velocity kind of all over the place. That chart is a little messed up right now. He's thrown at least between 65 mid to about 80s or whatnot. And the first pitch in missing for ball one here to Lamont Buford. His velocity has been kind of mismatched across the board so far. And that one's right down the middle, but missing inside for strike one. That looked like it got a piece of the strike zone too. And you get a glimpse of that velocity being mixed up at 85 miles per hour by Smitherman. He delivers the next pitch and a big swing and a miss by Lamont Buford. That pitch was at 84 miles per hour, high fastball in the zone. So umpire correcting me here. It's a 2-1 count. And that one is also missing. Ball 3, 3-1. Lamont Buford. Buford still looking for that first hit today, an on-base appearance. And a big swing and a miss on another fastball that was in the zone for a full count now to Lamont Buford. Looks like the Chill also have a pinch hitter coming up to bat in the on-deck circle. And next delivery, big swing and a miss, struck him out. Drake Aycock for the Chill will come up to bat here in place of Braden Pick, who's had himself a pretty good game so far. So they pull off the guy who's knocked in a double and a walk, and they bring in Aycock here in this spot.
It makes me wonder if we're going to see Pick come in for a pitching appearance. He's thrown a couple of innings thus far, and as I look down to the Grizzly bullpen, we got Max Weckel getting loose down there.
The first pitch missing for ball one here to Drake Aycock's first at-bat of the day with 2 men away here in the top of the 6th inning. Still a 3-2 ball game with a Chill up top here. And that one's in there for strike one to Drake Aycock.
Good break on that curveball. It was dropped right in over the heart of the zone to get the first strike.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Big swing and a miss. 86 miles per hour strike upstairs.
That's hard to catch up to after you see a curveball right down the middle. Trying to catch up to 86 in the top of the zone is going to be a tough task for anybody.
Aycock watches it this time, but it misses outside on the slider for ball 2. 2-2 count. And Cody Fretz awaits on deck. Harry Stahl right behind him in the hole. It looks like there's another pinch hitter actually in the on-deck circle. That ball is way outside and in the dirt.
Looks like Jack Foley, the lefty third baseman.
So they're bringing in their reserves here in this spot. Try to give him some playing time, even though the game's pretty tight right now. And that next pitch is in the dirt for ball 4. A good at-bat for Drake Aycock's first appearance of the day. He's on board with a 2-out walk.
Well, he picked up where Braden Pick left off. Braden Pick was 1 for 1 with a walk and a double, and now Drake Aycock in his first plate appearance is on first with a 2-out walk.
And the catcher and pitcher discussion just a minute ago between Sierras and Smitherman up on the mound. So here's Jack Foley's first appearance of the day in a pinch hit spot for Cody Fretz, as he'll take the reins here. He's already had 2 hits this season, hitting a .286 batting average. And the first delivery in the ground for ball 1 here to Jack Foley. That one misses low as well at 83 miles per hour.
That was a good spot to live at. Just misses beneath the zone, but it's over the plate. Just has to bring it up by an inch or two.
2-0 count. That one was inside as Jack Foley scooches back to make it a 3-0 count. So with Smitherman picking up the velocity here, he's losing a bit of that command with those pitches, where he has been living between the 70s and 80s, but we haven't seen any pitches at 70 so far, as this one's sent to left field, and trailing back in is DeCarlo. He's going towards that left field side, and he lets it fall in for a single.
Yeah, he had a lot of ground to cover over there in left field. Did DeCarlo. Had to battle with the sun. But with 2 outs, I'm really surprised that the runner at first, Aycock, wasn't able to make it to third. I know that the left fielder has a short throw right there to the bag at third, but with 2 outs, you got to be running on anything put in play. So Aycock standing at second and Foley now at first.
Bit of a misunderstanding there on the situation. And here's Harry Stahl, who watches ball 1.
This guy's reached base on walks in both of his plate appearances.
We have another pinch hitter for the Chill waiting on deck for what looks like a replacement for Jack Tyler. 1-0 count. That one's missing inside for ball 2. And if you're just joining us, still a 3-2 ball game. The Chill have 2 extra runners on base at first and second, and they can jump in front with a bigger lead here in the top of the 6th inning if they can against Smitherman here for the Grizzlies. And a timeout called by the home plate umpire. Tristan Steitzel is on deck and awaiting to make his first appearance of the day. That one is missing inside or low in the zone for ball 3. So 10 balls thrown by Smitherman for 3 different batters. He's struggling to throw strikes down the middle right now. 3-0 delivery. Pieced up towards that left center gap. It's pretty well and deep, and it will take a one-hopper off the bottom of the wall. 2 more runs will score, and tripping around second, he's got to go back, is Harry Stahl with that double. He could have gone for 3, but he stumbles around the bases, but he's got himself an RBI double, or 2 RBI double rather, to make it a 5-2 ball game for the Chill.
Yeah, he might have tripped over that bag, but I don't think he cares. He'll be happy with that 2-out, 2 RBI double. A lot of doubles for the Chill today. All of them hit towards that left field and left center gap. This time, it gives the Chill an extra 3-run advantage, and that'll be it for Smitherman. We got a new guy coming on the mound. It's going to be Max Weckel.
So 5-2 is the score right now. New pitcher for the Grizzlies coming up in just a few. We'll be back here on the PSL YouTube channel with a little short break.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
So here's Maximilian Weckel, the familiar duck hunter for the Grizzly up on the mound here after the Chill bounce up with another pair of runs. And the first pitch is grounded and thrown to first to end the inning. So 1 pitch for Max Weckel ends the inning, but the Chill are able to add 2 more runs to the board to make it a 5-2 ball game as we're off to the bottom of the 6th in a 5-2 game here on the PSEL YouTube channel.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are two teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
So we're through 5.5 innings here in the bottom of the 6th. The Chill managed to add 2 more runs to the board to make it a 5-2 ball game. And the new pitcher will take over for Bear Pinedo. Aiden Harrison will step up on the mound to face off against a pinch hitter for the Grizz here, and Noah Hargrove. Jaden Franson is up to bat instead. And the first pitch in there for strike one.
Yeah, Bear Pinedo went strong in his final line. He went 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, only 1 earned run with 8 strikeouts and 2 walks.
That's in there, ball one.
Ask this guy over here.
So a 1-1 count here for Jaden Franson. So a pretty good day for Andrew Pinedo up on the mound with just a run earned. It's in there for ball 2, 2-1 count. Still a 5-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Grizzly trying to bounce back in front where they had the lead early on in the ball game in the bottom of the 4th before the Chill were able to score 2 in the top of the 5th and then 2 in the top of the 6th, making a 5-2 ball game.
Yeah, the base on balls ended up hurting the Grizzly pitching as free bases are going to come around to score. The Chill just becoming very patient with their approaches at the plate.
That one's outside for ball 4 here to Jaden Franson, who's on board with a leadoff walk in place of Noah Hargrove. Now the Chill have been able to, you talked about with the timing and the amount of extra base hits that they swung today. 4 doubles for the Chill today. The last one by Harry Stahl, which was 89 miles per hour off the bat in left field, and scored 2 more runs to give some extra breathing room for the Chill. And a little bit of some confidence here for Aiden Harrison in his relief effort of Bear Pinedo. And he delivers our first pitch ball here to Dominic DiCarlo. And Bear Pinedo able to strike out 8 different batters today, all of them on swinging pitches. Next delivery, big swing and a miss. That one by Dominic Carlo as he tries to go for the fence.
Yeah, he almost swung out of his shoelaces there. Big hack, trying to hit a 3-run home run with only one man on, but like the aggressive approach from the leadoff hitter for the Grizzly.
There goes the runner in Jaden Franson. He's got a stolen base stand-up. No throw from the catcher.
Wasn't the best jump, but he's able to scurry on down there without a throw. So he's in scoring position now.
And Franson now at second in scoring position. Dominic DiCarlo with a 2-1 count. Pitch inside, misses for ball 3. 3-1 count here on a pitch that was 70 miles per hour. And it actually almost got a piece of the strike zone on the top edge. But no call from the umpire. Waiting on deck is Jack Zimmerman. And the next pitch in there for strike 2 on the outside edge. It looked like it was actually a little bit off the plate. But full count here to Dominic DiCarlo.
Yeah, not sure what the outfield sees defensively in the scouting report, but we got the right fielder playing way off of that line in right.
That one is in there for strike 3. Got him looking. Got it painted on the downstairs outside corner for strike 3 on an off-speeder. So there's the first out of the inning in Dominic DiCarlo. Still a man at second in a 5-2 ball game. The Chill trying to fend off and keep that score where it is. And here's Jack Zimmerman to step into the box.
That was the first backwards K of the day.
There goes another runner over to third base. Better throw. They got him in. Caught stealing is Jaden Franson down to from second to third. And there's the second out of the inning. That's a great throw by Tran behind the plate to get the second out and gun down another runner.
Yeah, that just completely changes the inning. After a leadoff walk, ends up in scoring position with nobody out. All of a sudden, he's eliminated trying to swipe third. And now you got nobody on with 2 outs.
Last ball pumped to the left field side and out of play to make it a 1-1 count here for Jack Zimmerman. And it does change the outlook so far for them with the runner in scoring position and what could have been the tying runner if Jack Zimmerman was able to get on board. But it's 2 outs now here as he flies out another one out of play to make it a 1-2 count. So nifty situation for Aiden Harrison, but now he's in a much better spot with 2 men away here. Just approaching an hour and 50 minutes in this ball game as that one is sent the right field side. Pretty well hit, but it stays within the ballpark for Frazier to make the catch in right field, and that will end the inning as it's essentially a 1-2-3 outing here for the relief pitcher Aiden Harrison, and the Chill will retain the lead at 5-2 as we go to the top of the 7th. Last chance for the Grizzlies to at least try to get something done here, but the Chill can try to add some more runs here on the PSEL YouTube channel.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like our eat, drink, and play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
So we're through 6 innings, and the game is still 5-2 for the Chill, who can try to add some extra runs here as they face off against the third relief pitcher, or the third pitcher of the day for the Grizzly. It's Max Weckel in the relief pitch effort. He came in back in the top of the 6th inning and only needed 1 pitch to end the inning on a 5-3 ground play. As he enters here, here's our first delivery to Morgan Tran, and it goes to the backstop. This is also another broadcasting favorite up here in the booth. He's a fairly young guy. Maybe not as young as many of the PSCL players here, but he's trying to give himself a good shot to get to pro ball anywhere here in the PSCL.
He just has a good energy, and an all-time PSCL beard has talking with him on check-in day. He was a good guy to catch up with and learn a little bit more about.
He's a big content creator, a lot of workout content on his Instagram page. As a big swing and a miss by Morgan Tran to make it a 1-2 count here in the top of the 7th inning, 5-2 ball game. And we talked about Weckel, kind of looking like a Duck Hunter cast member, or Bear Grylls for that matter. Here's the 1-2 delivery, way inside as Tran gets out of the way for a 2-2 count.
Yeah, that slider had the velo of a sweeper and the movement of it as well. 2,000 RPM with 8 inches of break.
Weckel has the team lead in strikeouts as that one is rolled over the top of Weckel and up the middle for a leadoff single here for Morgan Tran. And that was just a soft grounder that just had enough hop to it to get over Max Weckel on the mound and roll into the outfield before the gap defenders could try to cover that one up. So Morgan Tran's on board with a single of his own here. Here's a first pitch to Luke Satarius, who has had himself a day so far. A double for 2 runs scored, a single, a walk, and a stolen base as they check over Morgan Tran at first base as he gets back in pretty easily. Satarius with a chance to add some more runs for the Chill here. There goes Tran, pitch outside. Tran is in there standing up for another stolen base. So that's Tran's 3rd stolen base today.
I told you that this Chill team was going to run. Haven't seen as much of it as we thought, but as you said, Morgan Tran with 3 stolen bases today.
So he's there at second base trying to go see if he can get number 4. It's a 1-1 count here to Luke Satarius as he calls timeout with Weckel taking his time to make sure that Tran is staying close by at second base. Weckel already has a save, but he has also got a loss this year. Here's a next delivery upstairs for a ball. It's a 2-1 count now to Luke Satarius.
He's got 13 strikeouts in 7 innings pitched. He's that guy that you want to come in a high leverage situation.
That one's outside for ball 3. 3-1 count here for Luke Satarius. Max Weckel from Hawaii Pacific University. He definitely has that aura of a guy who's been hanging out in the islands for some time. He's done some construction work out there on the islands as well, where he's staying and attending college. There goes Tran again. That one is in there for strike, and they try to get Tran as he slides in for another stolen base. He's got 4 stolen bases today.
I wonder what the record for most stolen bases in a game from an individual player is for a PSCL game.
That's a great question. That sounds like a Stephen Buxton question because he's been around the PSCL for some time. Infield is in for the Grizzly, way in, as they're trying to keep for another run from scoring. As the ball gets away initially from Sierras, he keeps it close by, but because that pitch was in the dirt, Luke Satarius is on board with a walk of his own. So runners at the corners now for the Chill here in the top of the 7th in a 5-2 ball game, with the Chill managing to get 2 runs both in the 5th and 6th innings to make it a 5-2 ball game. They're trying to increase the lead here with no men out, by the way.
Infield still in. Corners are in. Middle field or middle infield is at double play depth.
There goes the at odds run as the pitch is in there for strike one to Cruz Lopez. And Luke Satarius moves over to second.
And right away, the Chill swiping second to eliminate that double play ball. So expect anything on the ground in the infield to go home.
Now is outside for ball one. This is also an interesting situation to maybe ask for a intentional walk to load the bases and get a force at the home plate side, especially with no outs here in this situation. Lopez looked like he had a B on his jersey for a second. He was swiping his jersey off. Here's a 1-1 count on the way for Weckel, and that one is gloved by the first baseman.
Oh,
and they got the double tag at third base. Wow, some great awareness by Baltazar at that first base side. He stops a line drive going into the outfield, saves a run, throws it to third, and they get Tran out at third base for a double-up play.
Wow, how big is that for the Grizzly? As going from second and third, nobody out, to only a guy on second with 2 outs. What a play from the Grizzly corner infield.
So what turns into what could have been just a single out, they'd get the lead runner to leave a man at second, and there's already 2 outs for Weckel as that one is popped up in the air in center field. Oro will step under it to make the final out. So the Chill had an opportunity to score 2 more runs with 2 men in scoring position, and then a phenomenal play by Baltazar and great awareness to get over to third base for a double play, and then a pop fly for Max Weckel saves an opportunity for the Grizzly to keep it within striking distance. 5-2 is the score as we're off to the bottom of the 7th. Stay tuned, folks. We got another tight game on the way.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Well, if you've been with us through 7 innings, you've seen a pretty good ball game so far. It's 5-2, the Chill on top, and the last chance for the Grizzly to try to bounce back and get a come-from-behind victory. They're still within striking distance, and Horatio Baltazar will face off against Aiden Harrison in this relief effort, his 2nd inning of work, as he swings and misses at the first pitch. And if you also missed it, Max Weckel was in a 2 runners in scoring position situation before his first baseman Baltazar made a heads-up double play. The next pitch is fouled off to that right side on the dugout for the Chill, and Baltazar's behind in an 0-2 count. He caught a line driver from Cruz Lopez before throwing to third base to get a runner and Morgan Tran out at third before he could get back in time for the tag up. 0-2 count. Baltazar lines one to that right field side and out of play.
Yeah, all 3 pitches in this at-bat have been on the inside of the plate for the lefty Baltazar. He's pulled that one as he's seeing it, and I'm not sure if Aiden Harrison's going to want to keep going in that part of the zone, especially after seeing a swing like that.
Here's the next delivery. He's able to get a piece of it and foul it off to the back net, keeping that bat alive here. And Baltazar trying to get on board to give the Grizzly a chance to come back around and make a behind victory. 5-2 is the score. They have to get at least 4 runs to take the win today. Here's that next delivery, way outside for the first ball of this count. And right now, a much more preferable matchup here between a lefty hitter and a righty pitcher. Here's that next delivery of changeup that's popped up in the air for the third baseman, and Fretz makes the catch for the first out. And Baltazar was just a little bit under that swing.
Yeah, after being attacked on the inside, Harrison goes up and away, and Baltazar can't catch up. That's the first out here, the 7th.
So this would essentially be a save opportunity here for Aiden Harrison, even though the game is the Chill up by 3 runs here, but it's still within striking distance as that first pitch is watched on by Aiden Jackson, who has still yet to get on base today. He's had 2 strikeouts swinging, has had a lot of success at that home plate. Here behind already with a 0-1 count as Harrison delivers, and another swing and a miss by Aiden Jackson as he goes after one that was on the ground side on that outside corner.
Yeah, just threw a changeup down in the zone and got him way out in front to get ahead 0-2.
0-2 on the way, and that one is chopped over to second base, and picking up is Tyler to first base. He was off the bag with a high throw to pick, and Aiden Jackson is on board at first base safely.
Yeah, it looked like the second out of the inning. Instead, it's an error on the second baseman to allow Jackson to reach. But if you're the Chill, no reason to distress just yet as a ground ball gets you out of this.
It looked like an easy play because Tyler was literally not even 5 body lengths away from pick there and just made a bad throw to his first baseman. He threw it way high, but a good job by Pick to at least keep it within reach as he tried to step on the bag, but before he could do that, Aiden Jackson was running through first safely. So he's the runner aboard here, and Zach Lewis is up to bat as that first pitch is watched for ball 1, but it looks like a balk was called by the base umpire. So no pitch here for Zach Lewis as Aiden Jackson moves over to second base. So runner at second in a 5-2 ball game with a Chill on top in the bottom of the 7th. That pitch is getting the strike zone top right corner for strike 1. Already 1 man away here for the Grizzly in their final chance to get a come from behind victory. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Inside pitch. Nearly scratched the belly of Zach Lewis.
Yeah, and if you're Lewis with 1 out and a guy on base here, down by 3, you need to work in that bat and find any way to get yourself on base to allow the tying run to come to the plate.
That delivery got him in the back. Zach Lewis is on board with a hit by pitch.
And I'm sure that's not how he would have wanted it to happen, but hey, he gets the job done. He trots on down to first, and that allows Hayden Orrell to step up to the plate with a couple of guys on to continue the inning.
So Coach Keller comes out to settle down his pitcher, Aiden Harrison, who has been able to get out at least 1 inning so far with a strikeout and a walk. But here in this situation, 1 bad defensive play by Tyler allowed a runner at first base with an error, and then a hit by pitch here to Zach Lewis. So runners at first and second. The tying run will be coming up to the plate in Hayden Orrell. And the Grizzly have a chance with 1 man away to tie the ball game up if Orrell is able to get around the bases and score.
Yeah, Harrison working on the 6-out save. Not too common that you see that in today's game of baseball, but he came into the 6th, got 3 outs, got the first here in the 7th, but now there's a couple of guys on. But as I mentioned, he's a ground ball away from getting out of this.
So with 1 out, first delivery outside for ball 1 here to Hayden Oral. As the Grizzly are trying to make a come-from-behind victory against the Chill here, which was a pretty tight ball game all the way up until the 4th inning before the Grizzly took the lead, and then the Chill took it right back in the top of the 5th. Here's the next delivery inside, missing for a 69-mile-per-hour pitch that was trying to paint the top left corner of the strike zone, but it does not get the call from the umpire.
Two-0 count.
That one's in the dirt. 3-0. These Grizzly batters laying off a lot of pitches right now. And Aiden Harrison is in a cinch at this moment. Right behind him would be Isaac Benavides, who would be the winning run if he gets on base. 3-0 on the way. That one got the strike zone right down the middle at 72. 5-2 is the score here. The Chill have managed to get 5 runs in on 7 hits. The Grizzly 2 runs on 2 hits. Pair of errors for both teams. Here's a 3-1 pitch on the way. Sent flying up in the air towards that center field side. Dancing back is Buford to make the catch for the 2nd out. No one else will tag up and move over. So 2 away with a fly out by Hayden Oral. 2 men at first and second.
Yeah, that's a big out there for the Chill. Harrison able to produce a fly ball as Hayden Oral flies out to his counterpart, and Benavides comes up with 2 away. So
still what remains to be the tying runner at bat here in Isaac Benavides, who has not been able to get on base yet either. Got a man at first and second. He goes after an inside pitch at 69 miles per hour, and it wasn't getting a bit of that strike zone whatsoever, but he still went after it.
A very aggressive approach with the Grizzlies back against the wall. Trying to pull that one down the line and bring in a couple of runs, but
0-1 on the way by Harrison. Floated and popped up in the air to left field. Stahl will sit under it to make the final catch and the final out of the ball game. So that's how it'll end, with the Grizzlies leaving 2 men on the bases. They had the tying run at plate, but they're not able to come back around and steal a victory here against the Chill, who get a big win today. 5-2 the final score.
Yeah, big win for the Chill. They improve their record to 2-3-1. And the Grizzly, only their 2nd loss on the season. They're now 5-2.
This is a big one here for the Chill. Able to knock out a massive number of extra base hits today. Be about 4 doubles that they were able to knock in. A lot of stolen bases by Morgan Tran. They get the job done. Use 3 different pitchers: Max Weckel, Gabriel Smitherman, Juan Castellanos, who will likely get the win here for the Chill. No, excuse me, Andrew Pineda would get the win for the Chill. The losing pitcher will likely be Gabriel Smitherman for the Grizzly. And the final score, 5-2. Chill get the victory. But stay tuned here for us. Justin Lee and Zachary Durham will have the 2nd game for you guys in just about 30 minutes or so here at Palm Springs Stadium. We'll be back.